Coming up on the news at noon, more than 100 ballots uncounted, where Montgomery County found dozens of votes, and how the Board of Elections is responding this afternoon. Plus, tons of top secret documents, what FBI agents found when they raided former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Good Friday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Randy Bass in for Mark Hall. Today, we start by taking a live look outside on what's shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful Friday afternoon. Lots of sunshine on the White House today. It's a great day to get outside. DC News Now's Brittany Ward joins us with the latest on your forecast. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Randy. You know, it's shaping out to be a fabulous Friday out there with a mixture of sun and clouds. Then even heading into the weekend, it's looking pretty nice as well. But we are tracking a few showers as we head into our next work week. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at that futurecast coming up in just a bit.
And developing this afternoon, one person is dead, another is in the hospital after a late night shooting in Dupont Circle. Right now, the search is on to find whoever pulled the trigger. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has details from the scene.
Almost 12 hours after a shooting right here on Florida Avenue, police have just cleaned up caution tape and are preparing to open this portion of the road back up. Now, officers who were on duty at the time around the intersection of Connecticut Avenue and Florida Avenues heard the shots ring out, came down this stretch of Florida Avenue, and that's where they found one person who was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and another person who had also been shot. Now, one man did die on the scene and another person taken to the hospital. Police say they have non-life-threatening injuries. At this point, the investigation is ongoing, and they say they are looking for a silver car that drove away from the scene shortly after the shooting.
We really need the public's help on this one because we're very early in this process and we don't know how this vehicle is involved beyond it having the shooters inside of it. So it's a silver car. If you saw it in the area, please let us know if you think it could be involved.
DC police believe there was more than one shooter inside of that car. They're asking, once again, anybody who knows any information to give them a call or a text while they work to find out the circumstances surrounding the shooting and if those victims were involved or if they just happened to be at the wrong place at the right time. In Dupont Circle, I'm Lex Juarez reporting.
New at noon, a plane crash killed 3 people in Marion County, West Virginia, Thursday night. The small single-engine plane was traveling from Washington, Indiana to Myerstown, Pennsylvania, when it went down in the small community of Metz. It's a small wooded community about 90 miles south of Pittsburgh. The cause of the crash at this point is unknown, but weather data show that storms were rolling through that area. At the same time, the plane made a strong descent downward. Information about the victims has yet to be released, and an investigation is underway. And in Frederick County, Maryland, the sheriff's office arrested who they say is a wanted cocaine dealer. 22-year-old Marcus McRae was known to law enforcement for selling crack cocaine and powdered cocaine throughout Frederick County. The arrest puts a month-long investigation to rest. McRae is facing 12 drug-related charges. And this afternoon, Montgomery County is delaying certifying election results after finding dozens more ballots that still need to be counted. DC News Now's Christy Matino tells us these ballots could very well change the outcome of a very close county executive race.
The race between Mark Elrich and David Blair incredibly close today. So close, only 42 votes separate them. And now we're going to have to wait even longer to find out who the winner is. This news comes just days after Elrich declared victory over Blair. The board was scheduled to certify those election results this afternoon, but that's now delayed. The county announcing Thursday night the pre-certification audit found additional 102 provisional ballots that needed to be counted. But how did this happen? That audit includes inspection of a random sampling of ballot envelopes. When they pulled the random sample, they were unable to find one of those envelopes where it should have been. Now, the largest number of uncounted ballots were from a precinct in Kensington with a total of 30 unopened ballots. The board is scheduled to meet at 3:30 this afternoon to discuss the findings of the audit as well as scheduling for canvass and recertification. In Montgomery County, Christy Matino, DC News Now.
All right, Christy, thank you. New this afternoon, top secret documents found at Mar-a-Lago. Sources tell News Nation the FBI took dozens of classified documents from the former president's estate during their 9-hour raid on Monday. Those documents were found in Trump's office and in a storage room. Those sources say boxes were everywhere in those rooms. And the former president this afternoon is calling for the immediate release of the warrant used to search his Florida home. This comes just hours after the Justice Department asked a federal court to unseal those documents. Our correspondent Raquel Martin explains why.
Good afternoon.
Attorney General Merrick Garland says the Department of Justice is seeking to unseal the warrant used to search former President Donald Trump's home Monday.
In light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest.
Garland made the sudden announcement Thursday afternoon. He says the court-approved search was conducted with probable cause and came after Garland personally signed off on the request.
Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing.
Garland also defended FBI agents now facing increased threats following the search. Thursday, a man with an AR-15 gun attempted to enter an Ohio FBI facility.
The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants.
Since the search, many Republicans have accused the FBI's actions of being politically motivated. South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says that's because the DOJ is not being transparent and called on the FBI to, quote, lay their cards on the table.
The department does not take such a decision lightly.
Garland insists the department is following standard procedure to protect their investigation. According to court filings, President Trump's team now has until 3 p.m. Friday to indicate whether or not they object to making the warrant public. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
And developing now, the mayor of Washington, D.C. renewing her request to the Pentagon for National Guard support to help with the recent influx of migrants from the southern border. Mayor Bowser says it would help with logistical support with processing these migrants who are being bussed in from both Texas and Arizona. Her first request was rejected last week. Yesterday, D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine pledged grant money to support nonprofit groups supporting those migrants. We spoke with one of those volunteers.
They have experienced so much trauma. They have been going from one place to the other, some for months. And when they are sent through the buses here, they may be spending anything from 34 hours, 48 hours, etc. So it's a long journey.
You can find more on efforts from our local leaders right now on our website at dcnewsnow.com. Right now, a big spending bill is on the brink of becoming law. For the last several hours, the House has been debating the Inflation Reduction Act, which addresses climate change, health care, and corporate taxes. Hannah Brandt explains how lawmakers say it'll affect you.
Democrats are about to push a major spending package across the finish line.
It's a huge moment.
One of the primary pieces of the $740 billion legislation is the investment it makes to fight climate change. Congressman Jim McGovern says that will make a significant difference for the earth and for people's utility bills.
It provides cheaper, cleaner energy and gives our planet a fighting chance.
The bill also includes provisions to allow Medicare to negotiate prescription drug prices, extend healthcare subsidies, and cap seniors' out-of-pocket drug costs at $2,000 per year. Congressman Paul Tonko calls that a victory.
Huge step forward for people for affordability and to have accessibility for their health care needs.
Republicans disagree.
All it is tax and spending.
Congressman Bruce Westerman is particularly critical of the bill's 15% minimum tax for wealthy corporations. He predicts that will
continue to drive inflation. It's throwing more money at a problem where this administration has shown that they've failed.
But the Biden administration argues their anti-inflation policies are already working. On Thursday, AAA reported that the national average price for a gallon of gas fell to $3.99.
For a lot of drivers, that's real money. That's money in their pocket, money that they can spend on other things.
White House economic advisor Heather Bouget says it's proof that what they're doing is having an impact.
The president has been focused on all the different things that all the levers he can pull to help address rising costs for families.
All right, that was Hannah Brandt reporting. Turning now to our weathercaster, Brittany Ward. Brittany, it is going to be an amazing weekend just to get outside. A picnic, go to the dog park, go to the pool, anything that's on your agenda.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. We're seeing our temperatures in the 80s. Dew points are going to be low, mainly in the 50s. So it's really going to feel like fall as we head into today and even our weekend. Take a look at radar right now showing you we are mainly quiet across the DMV. We do have some light rain mainly off to our south, just right outside of our viewing area, but overall it's shaping out to be a beautiful Friday out there. And even heading into the weekend, we're going to be seeing nicer temperatures and even cooler temperatures as well.